Attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you need, advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Hey, ticket listeners, spend your Husker football Saturday at the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale, as the Jay Foreman postgame show will be broadcasting live for 90 minutes immediately after the Nebraska-USC football game. Ribeyes are on special for as long as supplies last, with plenty of cold beer on tap to enjoy during and after a Husker victory against the Trojans. It's the Jay Foreman postgame show, live from the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale, this Saturday, immediately following the Nebraska football game on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Thursday, almost game day. What do we got? 2 more sleeps. Thursday night, Friday night, USC. Boom.
Ooh, LA.
What is up, gentlemen?
LA.
I got the sun beating on me, as you can see on the video stream. I got like half my face, it's like the outside of an Elmer's glue bottle, while my face is just peeking out of the top. So we're just we're hanging on for dear life here in the studio. It is good to see you guys virtually. AD out today, obviously, but he's back tomorrow after visiting the illustrious town of Brainerd, Nebraska today.
Brainerd. I haven't heard that name in a while. Brainerd. I know
Who's from Brainerd?
I know it's a couple. Oh man, I would maybe say Vedral, but no,
Close. Close.
I know. We got. I know I have a teammate that's from there. I know I do. I just can't think of the name. Oh, Corey Schlesinger.
Nope.
No, Macavictus.
There you go.
There you go.
Wow. There you go. Nice job. Nice.
I heard that name. I was like, wait a minute. I know that town. Oh yeah, that's why. The Bun Brothers. The Bun Brothers. That's what we call them.
Good trivia, Raffi. Guys, we have plenty to get to today. We will hear from Matt Rule later today at around 11:30 or so. His usual Thursday press conference. If I were to ask you guys this before we get too deep into it throughout the next couple of segments, what is question number one? What is question number one for you guys? Maybe you can't ask, is Dylan Raiola going to be healthy? Because that's a layup, right? Sorry, I'm going to make you think a little bit more today, Raff. But what is question number one for you guys if you were addressing Matt Rule?
I'm gonna go with how's the process been with Dana being in the building now with the players? That's all. That'll be my first question. To see, if players are adapting, if they had a lot of questions, stuff like that. Because I know, through his presser that he was not going to obviously try to input all the stuff he knows about the air raid, stuff like that. He was just going to make suggestions from what they already installed to help them get better, whatever, getting off routes, reading zones better, stuff like that. So what's been that process like so far?
Raffi?
Mine would be, where's he going to coach from? Is he going to coach from the box or is he going to coach from the field? Because
that's the difference.
He's had a lot of head coaching where he's been down on the field, but I can't remember when he was an assistant coach where he prefers is where he sees the game better, if he feels he sees it better from the field or the press box.
Is there an added advantage or, an added, I guess, benefit to Marcus Satterfield will now be on the field? I would assume, maybe potentially up in the box. Like Garrett McGuire most of the time is up in the box.
He's wide receivers, right?
But he's the wide receivers coach. Well, now Marcus Satterfield slides into a tight ends. I mean, he is only the tight ends coach. He was tight ends coach before with the additional offensive coordinator responsibilities, but now solely the tight ends coach. However, we can't act like Marcus Satterfield doesn't have a pretty good grasp on the entire offense. Is there an added benefit of maybe having Dana Holgorsen up in the booth, but then also Marcus Satterfield down on the sideline? Because here's the thing, guys, at the end of the day, Marcus Satterfield's no longer the offensive coordinator, but I feel like it's going to be I feel like it'd be tough for anybody just to give it up, just to say, you know what, there you go, it's all yours. I'm going to keep my out of this as much as I can. I feel like it opens the door for a possible weird dynamic potentially.
I mean, potentially, but there is also a coach can understand that, okay, this is my role now. And go with it, and he could just also say, hey, if I see something, I'm gonna say something, and that's how coaches usually work on the sidelines. If you see an adjustment that offensive line is doing to your D line, vice versa to the tight end. Let the OC know, or let the DC know, because then that's an advantage. You don't want to miss that. That was something I used to do on the sidelines between Chris Greisen, who was a former NFL quarterback, and we coached on the same high school team in Freedom, Wisconsin. And if I saw something, like, he was OC, even though I was linebackers coach and running backs coach, but if I saw something that the DBs were doing to the wide receivers, I would say, hey, Chris, they're playing tight, and so we do a double move. We might got something over here on the right side. So just think about that. Throw that in there. So that's just because I'm trying to win. At the end of the day, it's trying to win games. I don't care who's play calling at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it might be something too to where he is on the field, just so that he is the voice that's talking to the players on the sidelines when they're going with their meetings and looking at the iPads and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I would ask this question. We got this text on the text line from Downtown Scott. He goes, I think Matt punts on that question. They're not going to tell us if he'll be on the field or not. I would ask this, AG, since that was your question. Is there one that you prefer? Like, obviously, you're just trying to win games. Doesn't really matter. But is there more of an added benefit being able to talk to them face to face, maybe down on the field, than over the phone? Or what is preference for you specifically?
Oh, I gotta have a face to face, because I see the field. Even if I was in the booth, I'll probably put more miles on my iPhone or whatever Fitbit, because I would go back and forth between drives down to the field. I'll be like, no, I'm not getting on the phone. I want to show my players what I see, so I could, because I teach them in person in practice, right? I got to do the same. So I would probably put miles on. I'll have to make a fast track from the booth down to the sidelines after at least every 3 drives. I would come to the sidelines. So I would definitely be on the sidelines, because I like to make that face-to-face adjustment. So the players, they understand what I'm saying. I can see their faces. They were like, yeah, coach, I got you. On the phone, you can't see that. So I want to make sure they get what I see, and telling them the adjustment so they can then go on the field and execute it.
Raff, do we read too much into that, like where guys are at on the field?
A little bit. The one thing that was crossing my mind a little bit is usually the head coach, like when he's calling plays, like Coach Osborne over all the years, he had that trusted set of guys up in the box. He had Coach Solich. He had, I believe Tenneper was up in the box also.
Tenneper was in the box. Gill, McBride, and Brown were on the sidelines.
Yeah. So I look at that like we talked about earlier in the week, that if he does end up staying in Nebraska, will he bring in some of his guys? Because sometimes you want your guy that you trust and know up there in the box kind of being your eyes up on top. Like I think back to like the glory days of Lincoln Southeast football. Coach Mazursky was on the sidelines, but Coach Larson was up in the box. That was kind of like his trusted eyes up in the box. So it'd make me think that probably, like I said, if he ends up staying in Nebraska, that he'll bring in, a couple of his guys just so he has those trusted guys up in the box, if that's what he decides to do. Or maybe he just decides to coach from the box, and then you'll have, the coaches that'll move down, or however they decide to do that. But yeah, I think it's very important.
I mean, guys, there's a lot of storylines, obviously, to this Saturday. I mean, we can talk about not only Nebraska, the offensive coordinator situation, Nebraska's quarterback, happenings, whether or not Dylan Raiola will be available, and how confident Nebraska fans are going forward with Heinrich Haarberg. We have to be careful speaking in the tone of when Heinrich Haarberg comes into the game, everything kind of changes. I don't think we're going to see. You'll see quarterback run, but it's not to the extent, I think, of what maybe Husker fans were used to prior to Matt Rule. So there's that piece you got to remember about the athleticism. Yeah, Heinrich Haarberg might be able to move a little bit better, with his legs, but not to the designed run degree that maybe we saw under Scott Frost with Adrian Martinez and so on and so forth. So I think it's important to kind of take things with a grain of salt. I think that's obviously one angle that's really, really interesting. We know it on a struggling team, especially a struggling offense. Most popular player is going to be the backup quarterback. And so we expect, Nebraska to come out and put the best guy on the field, the guy that gives them the best chance to win. And if that's Dylan Raiola, then great. If it's Heinrich Haarberg, then so be it. But then on the other side too, for USC, they're hosting a team in Nebraska now that they're switching quarterbacks. They've had 2 weeks. They had a bye week as well. But they're switching quarterbacks. Their backup quarterback is going to be coming in, Jaden Mayava, transfer from UNLV. Not to mention Lincoln Riley. Hot seat talk is certainly a conversation out there right now as the Trojans have a 4-5 record. And I would almost imagine that there's going to be a real large number of Husker fans making their way out there. And so there's a lot of different angles to this, AG.
Oh, yeah, big angles. I mean, a big quarterback adjustment at like this time of the year for a USC team. And Moss, for me, I thought he was doing good. You know, he's well over 2,000 yards, touchdown ratio. Touchdown to interception ratio is good. It's kind of like a 1-to-1 there. So I wonder what other things were going on that, you know, obviously I'm not out there in the USC area, but for me defensively, if I'm Tony White, I'm like looking at this, I'm like, okay, we got fresh pair of arms out there in terms of the quarterback and legs and eyes. I'm gonna throw the kitchen sink at this kid. Just like this is just that's verbatim 1-on-1 when you when you got a new quarterback start. I don't care what level you on, little league, high school, college, pro, you send the house at them because you want them to be everything 100 miles per hour. You don't want them to get comfortable at all. So that's what I'll do, you know, get in the defense that my defense players know and very comfortable, but that blitz defense will be packaged every other play, if not every play in the first series, just this test to see what this quarterback can handle and get him through, you know, see how the game starts for them.
I mean, for Raff, from that standpoint, right? Like, isn't it fair to say, like, Nebraska should do everything against USC this week, schematically, defensively, that teams have done against Nebraska in Big Ten conference play? Because we've seen opponents, Nebraska's opponents, dial up the pressure against Dylan Raiola, a freshman quarterback, right? And being realistic with ourselves, there's been times where Dylan has struggled with that. Now, part of that might be the downfield stuff, lack of ability to get open, the inability of Nebraska's wide receivers to get space, but also we saw it a couple of times reading defenses, a couple of Dylan's interceptions. So should it look pretty similar to what maybe Nebraska's seen, from opponents that Nebraska could be dishing out to USC this weekend?
Yeah, to a point, I think so. But also, too, didn't he play a little bit at UNLV last year?
He played a little bit. Yeah, he played a little bit at UNLV. And not to mention, guys, the Miller Moss piece, you mentioned at AG, where it's like, not sure what's going on behind the scenes. Let's not forget, we were in Indy for Big Ten Media Days. Miller Moss was one of the representatives for USC. There's that piece to it as well of this wasn't just a quarterback that's taken over the job of the number 1 overall pick. This is one of your top 3 representatives that Lincoln Riley handpicked to basically introduce the rest of the Big Ten Conference to the USC Trojans for the first time ever at Big Ten Media Days. And now a little over halfway through the season, you're benching him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they're, if you look at it, they're kind of like the same position, offensively that we are. They weren't struggling as bad as we were, but making a quarterback change for them, that's a huge thing. Making an offense coordinator change, of course, that's a huge thing. So we're both kind of in that same boat where, things are going to get a little bit hotter, whoever loses this game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Be interesting.
For sure. All right, gents, Raff, go ahead and take us to break. Nebraska basketball 3-0. We got to dissect it. We got to talk about it.
Nice.
All right, we'll throw it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Transform your view with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything while keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Hey, ticket listeners, spend your Husker football Saturday at the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale, as the Jay Foreman postgame show will be broadcasting live for 90 minutes immediately after the Nebraska-USC football game. Ribeyes are on special for as long as supplies last, with plenty of cold beer on tap to enjoy during and after a Husker victory against the Trojans. It's the Jay Foreman postgame show, live from the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale, this Saturday, immediately following the Nebraska football game on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Be sure and call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technician will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Transform your view with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything while keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Thursday. Nebraska basketball played last night. Farley Dickinson. Victory.
Yeah, it didn't look pretty. It didn't look pretty at all times, but Nebraska ended up getting the victory. They're 3-0 on the season. Now, guys, a little bit of a tougher stretch. They play St. Mary's this weekend on a neutral site floor up in Sioux Falls at the Pentagon, and then they will return to the state of Nebraska next week and go to the Creighton Blue Jays next Friday at 7 p.m. for that one. So a little bit of a tougher 2-game stretch, but then not to mention after the Creighton Blue Jays, they host a 3-1 South Dakota team and then a North Florida team. North Florida has knocked off a couple of Power 5 schools early in the season, including they put up over 100 points on the road at Georgia Tech and beat the Yellow Jackets. And so certainly this 4-game stretch is going to tell us a lot about Nebraska.
You know they've won 15 straight at PBA?
Have they really?
Has it been that? Nice.
Well,
home field advantage. There you go.
I'm a little concerned just about the, what could come and what could happen. Here's, you know what? I wonder if their last loss, Raff, on 15 would that have been to Creighton last year? It might have been to Creighton last year.
Because that'd be
because the last time Nebraska beat the Blue Jays was on the road 2 years ago at Creighton. Creighton was the 7th team in the country at that time. And obviously then last year, I believe Baylor Shireman came in and kind of wreaked havoc on Nebraska on their own floor. So, I mean, you look at last night, though, guys, Juwan Gary, finishes the day 19 points. He leads all scorers, all Huskers with it. Berke Bayukdengel adds 12 yesterday, has 12.7 rebounds with 3 assists, a good stat line there. But then after that, Bryce Williams, your only other Husker to finish in double figures. He just scratched the surface with 10 points. Struggled with a little bit of foul trouble as well. Had 4 fouls on the day. But man, I wonder where Nebraska is going to get their points from. Juwan Gary, as much as I love Juwan, his size, I love his ability to get to the rim. I like his ability to get to the free throw line. He's not one of your best shooters. And we saw that, right? Nebraska at times last night, I don't know how closely you guys watched the game. They ran plays that opened up the offense and got them good looks, but it wasn't the right guys, it felt like. If you go back and just watch the first play of the game that Nebraska ran offensively, they got Juwan Gary a wide open 3 in the corner and right in front of the Farley Dickinson bench. And I remember I turned to Rico and AD because we were there as fans last night watching the game, and I go, that's a great shot, but that's not who you want taking that shot. And so it's like those little things, those little details that I wonder. Nebraska's probably, I think Schaefer said it this morning best, they're going to find themselves on the wrong side of a couple runs once they start playing some better competition. And I just don't know who that guy is yet to get them out of that slump.
I was going to ask you this, Nick. Comes into the game, who takes the final shot? Do they know yet? Or
that's my thing is like you want to say it's Bryce Williams, but at times it feels like, I mean, Bryce unfortunately went 2 of 9 yesterday. He got 6 of his 10 points at the free throw line. Nebraska shot well from the free throw line yesterday, 23 of 28 from the charity stripe. They got to it at a good clip and they shot well, which was an improvement over the first 2 games. But guys, like you're going to be facing off. They had a lot of mismatches last night height wise against FDU, and that's not the case against Big Ten schools. And so it's not going to be the case against St. Mary's or Creighton the next 2 times out. So Nebraska's got to figure out a way to knock down some shots. And I don't know, guys, I'm no basketball expert, but I'm going to sit here and say there's got to be a more efficient way than just chucking up shot after shot and hoping that at some point they start to fall for you.
No, you definitely can't have that philosophy. But I believe right now when you got the early part of any season, you got some of these games that are unknown opponents, uncommon opponents, and then you can test out things and find out things about your team. And obviously this is one thing that we're finding out about who's going to be the shot caller or the shooter, the clutch shooter in certain situations. So right now you got a few more games to find that out with Coach Holber and his staff before they get into Big Ten play in terms of who's going to make that big shot at the end.
100%. It's unfortunate because, and I know I was getting texts this morning that I was being badmouthed on the early break show because I was against Connor Essegian starting. And it's not that I'm against Connor Essegian starting. It's that against FDU, they were able to. I'm not so sure how much we know about lineups yet either. And what I mean by that is against FDU, number 7 was their tallest guy. And unfortunately, I don't have their heights next to me. But he was their tallest guy, and Berke was still bigger than him. So he was shorter than 6'10". Well, you could get through last night's game without Braxton Mia or without Andrew Morgan playing a crucial part in the game. In the Big Ten play, once again, or against other and similar sized Power 5 opponents, that's not going to be the case. You either need to have an inside presence where you're able to rebound effectively, or if you're going to go a little smaller, you need to do what Nebraska's been able to do the last season, and that was knock down threes. You don't have a Keisei Tominaga right now with such a quick release. Connor Essegian's the closest thing that you have right now, but we can't sit here and act like he's been a 40% career free 3-point shooter. He's struggled in a lot of his career at hitting the 3-point shot. And so far this season, that's kind of been the case. He goes 2 for 7 from beyond the 3-point line last night, 2 for 9 from the field in its entirety. Okay, well, that's okay. It's an off night. Well, then you need to go to your second guy. Who was the second guy that you brought in to shoot threes or to be able to hit down jump shots? That's Gavin Griffiths. He went 3 for 7, 2 for 6 from beyond the 3-point line. Those are 2 of your main guys that you got out of the portal for immediate help at shooting the jump shot and shooting the 3-point ball, which we know in a Fred Hoiberg offense is crucial. And they're not doing it at an effective enough clip. And they'll tell you that, obviously, right? This is not some shocking factoid that I'm spreading across these airwaves.
Right.
They know what the case is. And I don't know. To answer your question, Raff, who's the guy that gets him out? Who's the guy that hits the game-winning shot? I don't know if we know yet, because it feels like everybody is hesitant to just take over this offense.
Who's impressed you the most?
If you would have asked me before last night, I would have said Raleigh Wooster. If you asked me after last night, I'm going to go Berke. And that might be a hot take. I mean, Jawan certainly played well last night. Don't get me wrong. But what I would say about Berke, watch how he moves his feet defensively. For a guy at his size, 6'10", he moves his feet incredibly well defensively. And that's going to be something Nebraska will certainly, be drawn to. He shot it okay last night, shot it 4 for 6 from the field. He knocked down a 3-point shot also shot 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He didn't score a ton of points in their first 2 games, but he was big on the rebound, on the glass, and he's able to facilitate it a small amount. So last night, if you can get consistently close to, if not in double figures from Berke, close to, if not double figures in rebounds like he had last night, and then a few assists to go with it, and he stays out of foul trouble, you're going to have a pretty good chance at having some sort of post presence down low as the season progresses, I think.
Yeah, and then you work in Williams, or Gary. He's a guy that could be in the post helping them out. You have that type of game where you have the 2 big guys in the middle, and Gary is better, more inside mid-range jumper shooter right there. Then you start to bring things together, because then somebody's going to eventually step out. If it's a Sejan, if it's Griffin's going to be one of those guys, they'll pull up eventually and say from their actions and be the shooter, the clutch shooter that they'll need. And then they'll have a 2-player game. So when a team has prepared for the Huskers, they got to deal with people on the inside with 2 bigs, if not 3, then that eventually, and then also have to handle the guys on the edge in terms of shooting 3-pointers.
I'm just curious. I'm trying not to fumble over my words here, because I think there's a lot of things that we can discuss. One of those is like lineups and who's going to be the guy that we see off the bench first. Who's the 6th guy in this rotation? I think if Braxton Mee is healthy, I think 100% it's Connor Essegian. And I think for what Nebraska needs to be able to do well, Connor Essegian needs to be able to shoot the basketball at a better clip. I would imagine, and we saw it last night in the first 2 games of the year, Aaron Eulis has actually been off the bench relatively quickly. However, last night it was Sam Hoiberg. And so I think that's going to be more of what we see.
That's what I was thinking.
Just from the hustle standpoint, Sam Hoiberg might not give you offensively the greatest advantage. However, in terms of hustle and just and want to, that want to piece that we talk so much about Husker football with, Sam Hoiberg leads the team in that.
5 rebounds last night.
Yeah, we were having the conversation last night of if you gave Sam Hoiberg's heart, or not heart, because I don't want to come at somebody for saying that they don't want it bad enough.
Tenacity.
If they gave Sam Hoiberg's motor to Bryce Williams,
motor's better. There you go.
You would have an all-American type of player.
Yeah,
but it feels like at times Bryce Williams, the motor, isn't always there, especially on the defensive side. And we saw it at times last year. And AG, you can talk about it. 1 year, guys can be number 3 on the team in terms of leadership, but then after a couple of those guys graduate, it's time for them to take the next step. That's the kind of spot that Bryce Williams is in right now, because last year you were able to have it was Keisei Tominaga, and you were able to look at a couple of other guys, Josiah Alec even down low in the paint, Rink Mass on the floor as well. Well, now it's time for Bryce Williams to be that guy. It's time for him to be that guy. So, Raff, back to your question, it should be Bryce Williams. Bryce Williams should be the guy that takes the shot every single time. I just don't know if we're there yet.
Yeah. Well, it's just him and understanding when the time for him is to step up. Last year, he was able to stay in the background road and come and support the best way he could, and he did at times. But now it's for the players to find out on his own. I said this yesterday about the football players on the team, on a football team. It's you got to flip that switch on your own. The team, the coaches will get the play called and get you in that position a few times, and it's almost like it's a test to see, okay, let's see what Bryce does. Let's see what Gary does at this moment. What's Sam going to do? That's what the coaches say amongst each other sometimes. We have these conversations because, like I said, being a part of a team, you discuss that because you want that play, and you've seen glimpses of it in practice. You've seen glimpses of it in other games. So when that player, then we get a pick and roll play or a nice screen play for them to get the open shot and stuff like that. That's their time. And hopefully they become, start hitting those shots and then be more confident, and then even saying, hey, coach, I could take this shot or put me in this play. I'm gonna hit this right there. And then that's the signs of, okay, they flipped the switch on their own. And now they're ready for us to make those play calls as coaches when we have key and clutch situations.
Yeah, I think it's go time for Nebraska right now. I think they have to make some changes. I'm trying to look. Old Dad 34 had a good point, and they mentioned who on the team has shot over 25% from beyond the 3-point line this year, or prior to this year, excuse me. That might be the problem, in my opinion. And like I'm looking at Connor Segan, he shot 30% from three last year. However, you have to look at volume, right? And as a guy, he saw his minutes significantly decrease at Wisconsin from 2022 when he was a true freshman to then 2023. And Nebraska fans might know Connor Segan because when he came to Lincoln, he actually kind of shot Nebraska out of it. He had 4 3-pointers. That was the most that he had all season long last year. His other game, his next closest game, was Rutgers, where he shot 3 for 8 from the 3-point line. There's a lot of games where he came in and shot 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 2 for 8, 1 for 5, 0 for 2, 0 for 1. So like there was a lot there sprinkled in there. There was some really good performances. It's got to be the consistent piece for Nebraska shooters from top to bottom, because as we just mentioned, not sure they have a guy that can consistently go out and get them 25 a game. And it feels like we're on the cusp of being a one of those teams of the early Fred Hoiberg days. Not necessarily saying they're only going to win 7 games or only going to win 15.
Right.
But they have to be careful, because what was so good last year was that they had multiple guys on the court that could make knock down shots. This year, without that consistency piece, you're going to be asking Bryce Williams to go drop 28 a game or 25 a game. And we've seen that in the early days of Fred Hoiberg. For a team like Nebraska, that's not going to be overwhelmingly talented in comparison to a top 10 team in the country, it's not necessarily the most sustainable thing out there.
Yeah, you don't want to, unless you have that player, you don't want to try to focus on finding that player. I say one, like I said, test them out in practice. Pay attention as a coach, do your job there to know who's in that range of potentially being that player. But then overall, make sure, like I mentioned, you have those 2 guys that are going to take up the middle, and make sure, because it's a 5 people on the court. You have a 2-man game with the big in the middle and the one of the point guards. Then you can, I say, start to wear teams out. But then that's where you pick up and find out by paying attention what the chemistry is of what players are on the court at that time, when you're getting either a lot of passes tipped where it's going to be turnovers in your favor, and then also getting the easy layups and stuff like that, the high percentage shots. Because then when you see those players on the court, that's where you chart it. Okay, these are the guys, these are the 5 guys we need in this situation when we want to win this game and play the type of team when we get to the Big Ten play, because we know Big Ten play is going to be big guys in the middle that's going to grab a lot of boards and then kick it back out later on. So we want to make sure we can handle that and have an offense and a defensive player at the same time that can defend against that once we get to Big Ten play.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Raffy, we got history on the other side, my friend.
Oh, yeah. We're going to throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I was noticing on your website you have more than 150 new 2024 and 2025 Hondas in stock right now.
Yes, we do, Charlie. It's neat when you drive by and see all the cars on our lot, and we have most all models and all different colors available, and we even have more than hundreds on the way. We also have the all-new, all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue in stock right now. We have a few of them to choose from. Plus, qualified buyers get financing from just 1.9% APR.
How about your pre-owned selection?
I talk to a lot of my customers and friends, and they still think that we just sell brand new Honda, but we sell all different models, make of pre-owned cars, and we have more than 100 to choose from right now.
Well, maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Mulberry Barbecue is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All financed with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds out of the southwest. See a high around 59. Tonight, clear skies and calm winds, low around 35. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. Afternoon high near 61. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm letting it ride.
Mm.
Let it ride. Let it ride.
You don't say let it ride.
Yeah, you just have to
you
just
don't
let
say
it
it?
be.
You let it go.
Let it be. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
all right. Ichi, still work in progress. The man.
Yeah, it's okay. He's gonna get it. He's gonna come in nice one day.
If
That'll be awesome.
if you're just now joining us, AD out today. He's spending the morning in Brainerd, Nebraska. I'm not sure. Did we look? Was that one of the places we looked at the population of yesterday?
Was that the 500? Or that was Stromsburg.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That was Stromsburg. But anyway, AD is back tomorrow. As we prepare for the Trojans and Huskers. Brainerd, Nebraska. It's a village, so it can't be too many. 352.
Not bad. Not bad.
AD speaking to a crowd of less than 352, I would imagine today.
I think they'll go to East Butler. I believe that's the high school.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Nice job. So once you get into the villages, there's so many co-ops and there's so many, multiple high schools blended into one. They don't have that down in Texas, do they, AG?
What's that?
Where you have, smaller towns, so they combine to make one school.
You know what? I don't know. I haven't learned that yet. I would say probably not, because these high schools down here are like small colleges.
Exactly.
It's like Concordia. Like I'll find a Concordia I think it's a Concordia, and it's like, oh, that's Hightower High School. I'm like, what? Look at that stadium.
How many was in your guys' graduating class? Do you guys remember those numbers?
Oh yeah, I do. Omaha Central 1995 was 387.
Okay. Raff?
I think we had like close to 700.
Yeah, man.
Where
I was
Southeast.
Oh wow.
At good old Pius X, 2019, class of 2019, if you can believe it, a whole whopping 6 years ago, almost. It was 310. But I think those numbers have gone up. So I talked to my friends from like Omaha, and they're talking like 1,200, which just seems 4 times the amount I had, which is kind of crazy. So
yeah, but Raff, we were around the same time. I wonder. Yeah, y'all tripled, y'all doubled us. Wow. We're almost 400. You're almost 800.
It'd be crazy though in those small towns. Like all these years you've been rivals, because usually your rivalry is like the school that's closest to you, and then all of a sudden you're told, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're joining up. We're teaming up together now." Be like, what?
Yeah. There was some in Wisconsin that I heard of like at the time. I was like, what? That's so and so? Like what? Like, really?
Sumner, Eddyville, Miller. Were they always Sumner, Eddyville, Miller, or were they separate schools? I believe they were separate schools.
I would imagine that they were separate at some point, but then they all had to, join together. The best part about it all is like everybody's, less than 5 miles apart, but it's just all farmland out there. So they probably know each other. They view each other as neighbors, but for us, 5 miles, I mean, gosh, that's going to take, at least a couple of minutes to drive to in the city. So, it's just kind of crazy, unfortunately. But here we are. It's always interesting once like state tournament time comes around too, because you don't want to disrespect one of the schools, like one of the 3 in Sumner, Eddyville, Miller. Because I called a girls game last state tournament at PBA with Sumner, Eddyville, Miller, and it was every single time it was either SEM or it was Sumner, Eddyville, Miller. You can't just say Sumner. So you gotta give the due respect to Sumner, Eddyville, and Miller. You got to give it all 3 on the co-op.
Yeah.
Do you think Lincoln will ever do that with sports?
Do what?
Well,
I know.
Just with we talk about football and like depleting of numbers and stuff like that. Could you see like the Southeast Lynx?
I do not. I do not, because number 1, Lincoln's growing. Number 2, I do not, because I think that there are easier fixes to Lincoln High School sports other than just combining schools. Coaching gets better. I think coaching needs to get better. I think the youth landscape also across all needs to get better. The relationship with youth programs and high schools and so on and so forth. I think there's room to grow. They've certainly closed the gap, right? Like we've talked about with Lincoln Youth Football, they're doing a great job out there. But the gap's shrunk. It's just still some work to do, obviously. So.
Yeah. One school in particular, I remember we played against them, and it was 2 schools. Like I don't know how long ago, but it was like for me, I coached at Freedom, and we played Luxembourg, Casco. So it was Luxembourg and then Casco. They were really close. They were like, it was at a middle school that connected, that brought all the kids over. So then up in Door County too, there was a couple schools up there. It was a Fish Creek, a school where you walk down one hallway, you went from elementary school all the way to high school.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. See, were you guys ever
You thought I was like, wait a minute, I thought that could be happening because of the high school kids being older, over 18 around elementary. I was like, this is not okay. But
the world was different, AG.
Right, up in Wisconsin, right? Door County, yeah. They're a little there. I mean, my Wisconsinites fans, they're definitely a little different. I'll say that.
Quick
Definitely
plug as we are on the high school comment before we talk history. Quick plug. Tomorrow night we will have high school football on the ticket. Semifinal Friday.
Damn.
Semifinal Friday, as we will be up at Seward in Concordia University for the second straight week. They survived a scare
Class
last
B,
week.
right?
Yeah, Class B, because unfortunately on this topic, no Lincoln team across all classes, but especially in Class A, no Lincoln team is still playing. They all got knocked out after the first round of the playoffs. All Lincoln schools, 6 of them made the playoffs. All 6 lost in the first round of the playoffs. And so we are hitting the road. We're up to Concordia University. That's where Seward plays their games. They have number 3 Omaha Scott Catholic coming to town. Seward, so Matt Turman, the head coach, obviously for the Scott Catholic Skyhawks, but it's even more crazy because, guys, Seward, from the outside perspective, and I apologize if there's any Blue Jay fans listening, they probably should have lost 2 weeks ago. They survived a scare against number 15 seed, so they allow the 16 teams in. The 15 seed, Pius X Thunderbolts, failed a 2-point conversion in the final couple of minutes. Nick. Well, no. This is being completely unbiased. In the final couple minutes, Pius failed a 2-point conversion attempt, and Seward won 21-20. Then last week, Seward was down at one point 21-7 into the fourth quarter, and Gretna East didn't try to just run out the clock. They actually tried to be pretty aggressive and continue running their offense as they probably should, and their sophomore quarterback Chase Groh threw an interception in the fourth quarter. And Seward ended up winning 28-21. They scored their final touchdown with, I think it was 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, it was a very, very tightly contested couple of weeks for Seward. Now they welcome in a really good squad in Omaha Scott, the 3 seed. So we're expecting a pretty good one tomorrow night at 7 p.m. All right, Raffy, what you got today for history?
Well, I got one quick question for you before we get to the history. Will you be wearing shorts tomorrow night?
No, I learned my lesson. They got those open, they've got those windows at Concordia that they open from one end of the press box to the other. It's not just like the small personal window. If it was the small personal window, it wouldn't be too bad, but it was drafty in there the entire game.
Drafty. It wasn't like, we were in Lincoln in Memorial Stadium last year. The couple games we covered, the one game we covered last year, so that was a lot better. Yeah.
Hey, and AG, you're more than welcome back anytime, my friend. You know.
Oh man, I definitely. If I would have known sooner, if I had the schedule to do it, I would love to cover the high school kids. It's so fun. Watching those guys out there go at it. The game we watched last year was just amazing to me. Watching Omaha West Side and how they function offensively. Oh my goodness, it was a machine. Like, they were a machine out there. So.
Yeah, so state titles are November 25th and 26th. So we'll be parking. We'll be parked at Memorial Stadium for a good chunk of those days as well. As obviously Class B title game will be on the Monday, I believe, if I remember correctly. Class A title game is on the Tuesday night, but we'll have the smaller classes throughout the day as well. So, all right, Raffy, take it away, my friend.
Yeah. All right, history for today. 1993. Don Shula becomes the coach with the most wins in NFL history at 328 victories.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought Bill Belichick was well on his way, but now I'm starting to wonder. He's at 302 right now. So he's got 26 games to go, and I'm not sure if he gets it now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a lock. So now my new guy at number 4 is Andy Reid, 267.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been at it a minute because he was on the Super Bowl team, the Packers, in '96, and he was on the right.
Really?
Yeah, he was a
quarterbacks coach.
He was a quarterbacks coach / running backs. Dorsey loved him. So
wow, I did not know that.
That's how long Andy Reid. Yeah,
staff was loaded in '96.
They had John Gruden,
Mariucci.
They had Andy Mariucci, Dick Duran, Andy Reid, Chucky. This name any coach from like 2000 to about 2010. They were on the Packers staff. Mike Holmgren, Mike Sherman.
Jeez.
Yeah, they were rolling deep. A whole bunch of head coaches.
Yeah.
Interesting. It was just interesting. The coaching trees, how they had to work. And that was off of Bill Walsh and then Seifert that came in right after Walsh retired, and Holmgren came from there. And then Holmgren had all those guys. Yeah. So that's why I was super excited learning the West Coast. It was offense. It was that offense.
You got anything for us today, AG?
Yeah, man, I was looking up a couple things, and one I found, even though that it might be a little bit early, I got to talk about it though because it's in our space of Madden. Nick, we love Madden, and I did a show with you. If you remember, you won't remember this. With 2005, were you born yet?
I was 4. Come on, give me my
4.
respect. I was 4.
Okay, no, okay. So for me, I just remind me when were you born?
I was born 2001, February 22nd.
Okay. So you're a couple years. So yeah, you're a year ahead of my youngest. So my youngest born in 2002. So now I can remember that. Okay, I got that down. So I don't want to disrespect you on that. So I was on the episode of Madden. What was it called? Madden Nation back in 2005. They had Big Gene was the pro that came to my house in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we sat down and played a round of Madden. Of course, I got smoked by him. And one thing I learned that day, so this was 2005, December of 2005. And actually, reason why I took the invite to do the show because I was on IR. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to play some video games with a pro. No problem.
Either that or MTV Cribs.
No. I did something else funner. I got some humble brag going on. So Nick, you'll have, I'm going to give you some, fill your stock up right now with some humble brag stuff. Okay, so Big Gene came to my house. We played some Madden. He destroyed me, and I learned real quick about all the adjustments. Like his Xbox controller was so loud with the clicks because he was adjusting while every time I came to the line of scrimmage, he was doing the adjustments, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" I looked over at him, I'm like, "What's going on?" He said, "I'm making adjustments. I'm like, "That's what it sounds like." It's like I do. My controller was completely quiet, and so we did an episode where he came to the house and we went to Lambeau. He hung out at the stadium, watched practice, stuff like that. And then later that year, or actually, later that month, my agent said, like I said, I'm on IR. I tore my quad, and so my agent called me. He's like, "Ahman, I got something for you. Maybe get you out of Green Bay, for a couple days." I'm like, "What's up?" There's an Xbox is doing a launch party for their new 360. Or the new Xbox. Would you like to go? I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. It's in LA. I'll get out of here for a few days. It's December, Green Bay. All right, yeah. I go to this launch party in Hollywood Hills, right off of Sunset Boulevard. I see Roy Jones Jr. I see Chingy, the rapper, and a couple other rappers. And I'm just sitting there like, Kanye. I'm sitting there like, I did not expect this. Oh, and the whole cast of Scrubs. The whole cast of Scrubs was at this party. And I'm sitting there like, I did not expect this. I'm thinking a whole bunch of gamer heads, people from Microsoft, people from EA Sports. No, it's straight up. I'm like, you're from Scrubs. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, and I said something real dumb. I was like, oh, y'all hang out just like we hang out like with the football team.
Oh, man.
And they looked at me, the two main characters that are the guys now in the T-Mobile commercials, Faison and the other guy. They both looked at me like, man, who the hell is this? And I was like, and I just shut my mouth. I was like, oh, I said something real dumb.
AG, if I asked you, speaking of Madden, if I asked you to name Madden cover athletes of the 2000 to 2010 range, how many of them would you be able to do?
I would get a few. I would say probably 2 or 3.
Could you go in order?
From 2000? No.
Or more so like 2003.
2003, I believe that was. Let's go off the previous year. Not Michael Vick. I think 2003 was
Michael Vick was 04.
Oh darn
Ooh,
it! 1 year.
Donovan McNabb 05.
No, Ray
God.
Lewis. So it went. I believe it was Marshall Faulk
No.
in 03.
Yeah.
It was him in 03, St. Louis Rams running back. Then
Yep.
it was Michael Vick in 04,
Oh,
Ray
that was-
Lewis in 05,
5.
Donovan McNabb in 06,
6.
That's close.
Sean Alexander in 07, and Vince Young in 08.
And in 2009 was Brett Favre. That I
is
know.
right. There you go.
I know that
Oh,
one.
bro.
Yeah.
There you go. And because I think then 10 it was the combination of Larry Fitzgerald,
Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu.
Polamalu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd they do that? That was the first time they done that.
Because they had that big duel in the Super Bowl, right?
Oh,
That
it was
the year
such
that
a
they had the
close
Super
game.
Bowl.
Yeah, it was a close game.
Yeah. So man, good times though.
Hey,
That was back
AG.
that was back when Madden was in its pure form.
Yeah.
Have you ever been starstruck, AG?
That was one time. That moment what I just told you right there.
That was
Because
one
I'm like, I just started watching Scrubs, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there and I asked that dumb question. I say this dumb remark. It wasn't a question. I just said, "Oh, you guys hang out like we hang out," and I'm like, "What am I? Is that the best thing to come out your mouth right now?"
Exactly.
I was like, no, the other time I was starstruck, another humble brag. I was on the set, audition set of Any Given Sunday. So 1999.
Okay.
And this is when J-Lo was dating that dude that's in trouble right now. One of the dudes. That's in
we
trouble.
don't talk about
You know, we will not say his name on this air.
Yeah,
She was dating him. And I went to grab some water during one of our breaks. And just as I got to the cooler, she pulls up to the cooler too. And I'm like, oh my God, J-Lo is like a foot away from me right now.
Wow.
I reached to hold the cooler door open to grab my water. And when I grabbed my water with my right hand. I dropped the cooler top with my left, and it goes on her hand because she started to reach in there. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was the moment.
I was like, come on, what are you doing? I'm like, what is going on, Ahman?
Well, there you have it.
That was
Raffy,
like-
take us to break. Oh, go ahead.
That reminds me of the night where Randy Goodwin, the guy my refs could take yesterday. So I'm a big General Hospital fan, and Scorpio from General Hospital, Tristan Rogers, has been on for like 40 years. He FaceTimes him one night, and he hands me his phone, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's Scorpio. And he let me call him Scorpio, even though his name's Tristan. But
They don't like that. They don't like that.
I know. I told him, I go, I'm so sorry. He goes, and he's got like that English accent. He's like, oh, don't worry about it, mate. You can call me Scorpio if you want. And so I'm like calling him Scorpio, and oh my God, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, actors do not like to be. Some actors don't like to be called by their character name.
Really?
They want to be called by their actual name.
Their actual name.
I learned that.
Hey,
I said something to an actress, and she looked at me like she gave me the stink. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I was like, okay.
thankfully, Scorpio didn't care. He's like, call me Scorpio, mate. I was
Right.
like, thanks, Tristan.
I'll be honest. If I ever saw the cast of my favorite movie, Ocean's 11,
Oh.
I would call them all, Danny Ocean and Linus, and they're mine. I have to. So I'd probably get beaten up by Brad Pitt and George Clooney and the rest of the crew, but here we are. So.
Mad.
It is Ocean's 11, great movie, highly recommended.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's a classic.
Incredible movie. Anyway, all right, Raffy, take us away. It's time we talk a little Husker football.
Right.
Sounds good. We'll throw to break. It's The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sander. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night from Concordia University as we bring you Class B playoff action as the Seward Blue Jays host the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. Seward survived a scare against Gretna East last Friday and now face a 10-1 Skyhawks squad who defeated Waverly 38-21 on Friday. It's semifinal Friday with a trip to the Class B title on the line as the 2-seed Seward Blue Jays face the number 3 seed Omaha Catholic Skyhawks this Friday at 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at coppellcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Mulberry Barbecue is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway. The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? That feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios on O Street. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. Hour 2 is proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
There it is.
To the chat real quick, Eric in the chat says, no, AG, please feel free to disrespect Nick.
See, they always coming after me, AG. And
Man, they are.
Wonders why I always have my guard up and why I'm not kind. Because of these people on the text line like Eric. No, if you go through, I'm blaming Eric. If you go through all of it, is a lot of Nick. I don't know. I think Eric has a little bit of an obsession. It's okay though. It's okay. It's healthy.
Hey, you do that. You have that attraction, bro.
Do I have the aura?
You have the aura.
Oh, thanks,
that's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing.
Maybe.
Hey, before we get to Nebraska football, did you guys get a chance to look at the NCAA playoff bracket?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah, the newest one.
No, I haven't looked at the newest one. What's it look like? Let me look.
So I guess my thing is this. So like Miami's winning the ACC, correct?
Yeah.
Now,
because they don't have a championship, do they?
But I don't know how many games they're up by.
An actual game? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Lose
Right, in Atlanta.
They'll win the ACC. They still get the number 4 seed no matter what, right? Because the power conferences.
Yep. If you're a power conference champion, you get a bye.
Yep. 100%.
Wow, that's wild.
Which that's why like Indiana is in a great spot right now. Indiana's in a fantastic spot because they have like I saw according to ESPN's FPI like a 96% chance to make the playoffs right now, and it's essentially because if they sorry, I got distracted. Bach just came in wearing a USC jersey, so I got distracted. But if I'm thrown off. I'm thrown off by Bach. You'll probably see him behind me. There he is.
Gonna tackle him.
on the camera. Anyway, he's wearing a USC jersey. Anyway, I do not know. But as I was saying, yeah, Indiana's in a great spot because if they lose to Ohio State this Saturday, then okay, they're a one-loss Big Ten school that's going to make the playoff. If they beat Ohio State, well, then they're going to make the Big Ten championship game. And whether they beat Oregon or they lose to Oregon in the championship game, they're still going to be a one-loss Big Ten team, and they're going to get a spot in the playoffs.
Exactly. They're playing good football, too.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Raff, did you agree with the rankings, though? Did you like Indiana at 7 where they'd host Alabama in this hypothetical scenario?
Oh, the ranking.
I think Indiana probably should be higher. But, man, I'll tell you what, I don't think I want to be as good at football as Indiana's playing right now. I don't think I want to play Alabama. I think Jaden Milroe and that experience he has playing in the championship or the
and that's it right there is that experience. Yep.
I don't think I want any piece of Bama.
Yeah, they're one of the teams, the lower ranked teams, and I have to compartmentalize it away from the Saban teams because it is somewhat of a new program with Kalen DeBoer. They're still one of those teams where you're right. Raff, I don't want to play them. I do not want to see Bama in November. And they have some cupcake school this week that they're facing off against. But anyway, they're going to be fine. But yeah, that would be a pretty interesting game for Indiana, though. Think about the way things have changed. And we're seeing the Kurt Signetti stuff kind of play out in front of our eyes because if you pay attention to the rumblings that are happening in Bloomington, they're talking about stadium renovations. They're talking about practice facility renovations. They've had conversations about with Kurt Signetti about an extension. Well, here's the thing, though. Signetti is on the cusp of a playoff berth. And so he's being very patient just on the off chance. What if the jersey right behind me that Bach is wearing USC opens up? Or what if Penn State opens up? I mean, we're seeing the real chess game going on right now, because if one of those schools called, it's going to be difficult for one, Kurt Cignetti to say no. Number two, it's going to be tough for Indiana to be able to match whatever those blue blood Power 5 or Power 4 institutions are bringing to the table.
And then also, too, if Georgia beats Tennessee, do you think Tennessee still has an opportunity to be in it?
Good
Well,
question.
It's going to be wild at the end of the year here.
AG, how real is the SEC bias for the college football playoff?
The SEC bias?
Yeah.
The team being in there right now?
Because let me explain one thing that happened on ESPN today.
Okay.
Heather Dinich, a college football playoff reporter,
Yeah,
went on ESPN this week and said, I wouldn't count out or sleep on a 3-loss SEC team making the playoff.
What?
Yeah. So we're starting to hear the narratives to where SEC, they need to be able to match Big Ten. Big Ten looks to be at 4 teams potentially in the playoff. There's no way that the SEC is going to allow 4 Big Ten teams and a fewer amount of SEC teams in there as well.
Oh yeah, my stomach aches when I hear that.
Yeah,
it really aches because it doesn't. You're not putting it in the hands of the players or the coaches.
There you go.
You're doing this whole charade through ESPN, CBS, Fox Sports, and their commentators. And it's like, don't do that. Let the kids play. Let the coaches coach. Bingo. And let it fall where it may. And if a team gets 3 losses, you're out. It doesn't matter what Power 5 you are, you're out for sure. Because if it was anybody like, for example, we're talking about Indiana, if it was like them or a Boise State, we know they're not even touching or even the conversation of being in the college football playoff. We already know that they'll just be enjoying their bowl game, wherever that may be. But
AG, this is for you. This is for you, AG.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about, right? You're right. I don't know, sugarcoat that.
So there you have it. But with that being said, Raff, we are up against the clock. So go ahead and take it away, my friend.
All right, we're going to throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hey, ticket listeners, spend your Husker football Saturday at the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale, as the Jay Foreman postgame show will be broadcasting live for 90 minutes immediately after the Nebraska-USC football game. Ribeyes are on special for as long as supplies last, with plenty of cold beer on tap to enjoy during and after a Husker victory against the Trojans. It's the Jay Foreman postgame show, live from the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale, this Saturday, immediately following the Nebraska football game on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? That feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios on O Street.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. I didn't let it ride.
I was smiling at Huskers P on the text line. I thought we were past this, Huskers P, but I understand. It's okay. I thought we were past it.
I saw that too.
Coming at me for all, I was questioning the fans' intelligence one day, and indirectly, it was not on purpose, but I said what I said.
Like Bill Callahan there.
I said what I said, and you can't take it back once you say it on this microphone, and so Huskers P has every right to call me out and hold it against me. So here you have it. But all right, Husker football against USC Friday, 3 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. local time out in Southern California.
Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Did I say Saturday?
You said Friday.
Oh, well, days are rumbling together. So that'd be pretty wild. Friday, 3 p.m. Kickoff.
Yeah.
Everybody's taking off. Can you imagine how dead Lincoln would be? I mean, you would be able to get no corporate work done because everybody would be going home.
Right.
It's over. But anyway, I guess Raff, going in, what is the expectation facing a brand new quarterback against USC?
Win, dominate, play strong defense. Got to win. That's all. That's all. That's all. End of the day, you got to win this game.
Winning makes everything better. That's it. Real simple.
Can we imagine the narrative coming out of the game, AG, if Nebraska puts up, I don't know, 35 points and has a pretty good defensive effort, and Nebraska's bowl eligible at this time on Sunday morning?
What was the question?
I mean, what's the narrative?
Oh, the narrative.
Why didn't they make this change sooner?
We're back.
I don't know if it'd be that, but it'll be like, well, Matt Rule made a great decision, bringing in Holgorsen and making a subtle change that help this offense or help the team offensively get going in the right direction, get back going again, because they were going and now just stumbled the last couple of weeks playing against good teams. So adjustment there will go to him. So, I mean, the compliments will go to him.
You know what my question after the game would be? If we run up 35 points and have a great game, my first question would be like, what fell through this past summer to where Dana Holgorsen did not end up here at the beginning of the season?
That's fascinating.
That's a good
there was
question.
so much talk that he was going to be the guy that
was there.
Oh yeah,
really? I didn't hear that talk.
There was the conversation that he was going to be some sort of consultant role, similar to what he was at TCU. Similar to what he was at TCU. He wasn't going to be offensive coordinator, but somebody to certainly come in and help and maybe steady the ship with a brand new quarterback in Dylan Riley. So you have that piece of it. I would also add though, I think Raff, that's a fascinating point. I want to get to a couple things that Lincoln Riley said just to hear. He was asked, how surprised were you when you heard the Dana Holgorsen news? Here's what Lincoln Riley, USC's head coach, had to say.
Yeah, I was surprised, honestly. I mean, I'd heard they had gone there, but I didn't have any idea whether that would happen or not. I was a little surprised, but I mean, that's Coach Rule obviously has a lot of trust in him, and I would understand why. And I mean, if you're going to do it, you got to do it with somebody that has the experience and success level that Dana's had.
To that point, I mean, there's a lot of things here. We talked about it. I brought it up early in the week that in this new era of college football, you're going to kind of have to move quickly. You got to move a little swifter than maybe you did in years past, because December 4th signing day, early national signing day, it's right around the corner, less than 3 weeks away or so. You need to make these moves and have a plan in place for when you're trying to expect, some of your higher profile commitments to sign on the dotted line for the foreseeable future. So Nebraska had to have a plan in place. Now, the best thing I think for Nebraska is that if Dana Holgorsen decides that, I'm going to return to Nebraska in 2025 and be an offensive coordinator, because if Nebraska then has to abruptly make a change again and Dana Holgorsen's not here after the Iowa game or after a bowl game, that becomes a little stickier of a situation, because not only is your offensive coordinator position in limbo, but your entire offensive staff is in limbo too with that new offensive coordinator, whoever it's going to be. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh.
As Raff's been invaded by Lolo.
As Lolo. What's up, Lolo?
She missed me.
Hello. Oh, no, you got headsets on. You don't hear me.
There you go. Anyway.
Yeah, my door's shut.
That's right. Any thoughts on that, AG, about just the Dana Holgorsen news, needing to get him to return in 2025? How crucial that is for Nebraska.
I mean, one, it's crucial. Why make the change now and then not have him back? That's just the way I see it. So that's where Coach Rule and Troy Dannon, the athletic director, obviously got to get on get on the hot seat of negotiation time here in the next couple of weeks. Obviously we get this win, then we got Wisconsin and Iowa. Then once we know where we're bowling, that's the time to start, get the conversation going. What his contract is going to be, because if it is the change that we want, then don't, if it ain't broken, don't try to fix it from that standpoint. And so now you got to do this. It'll be part of your job to get this deal done.
Yeah. Our luck is the next 3 games, so we're up 35 points apiece, and someone will come and hire him as head coach. That'll be our luck. But all right, well, we'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With a wide variety of menu options, including the best prime and Wagyu steaks in Lincoln, if you haven't been to Tavern 180, you're missing out. Try any of their steak options paired with one of their well-known martinis, and this will soon become your favorite date night spot. Call your friends for a casual get-together where steak, shrimp, chicken, and tasty cocktails await your arrival. Tavern 180, located next door to Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Early break.
You're going to give me crap for this? I was not in the stands for the blocked field goal kick.
This is what? I did what? You did the
I
unleaving
knew.
again?
No, this is why.
Oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Whatever you're going to say,
I knew
I'm not even going to believe.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up another show. Almost only one day away until Nebraska football. Friday, game day Saturday. Boom.
Even though we do not have an attitude adjustment from AD, I do want to mention our friends at the Body Lab in Lincoln. The Body Lab offers everything from physical therapy, dry point needling, which, by the way, AD said he's going to schedule another appointment for that, for his forearm. He said it helped out quite a bit, so he's going to schedule another appointment there. They got an infrared sauna. They got a cold plunge tub and so much more. Visit Rachel and her team today, 14th and Yankee Hill, the Body Lab, LNK.com. All right, sorry to interrupt you there, Raffy. Take it away with the little RGT action.
And my arms would be hurting too if I was lifting 100-pound dumbbells like AD.
Oh, right. I couldn't do it. AG knows that. AG probably hammer curls them. He's just. Oh, your mic's on mute. Tap that mic. Tap that mic.
Yeah, I don't know what AD doing. Right, lying to y'all. I don't know if he's doing no 100 working out with no 100-pound dumbbells. Nah, I'm not doing that.
What AG? If you had to bench right now, what's your 8 rep? What are we 8 repping right now?
I could 8 rep 225. I could definitely do that.
So two plates.
Yeah, on each side. Yeah,
on each side. Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. Raff, what about you?
Probably 255, 275, probably.
Wow, 8 times. Wow,
Nice.
Look at you guys. What's our squat? Do we just fold on legs? What are we not even worried about legs anymore?
I don't do legs.
No, I'll say no. I'm legs. I hit leg day, so probably 275, 305.
Nice. What was the heaviest you ever squatted, AG?
It was high school at Central. I was on the powerlifting team. I had the state record for a while for 198 weight class, and I was 660 or 720.
Jeez,
somewhere in there. And deadlifted around the same. My deadlift and squat was almost the same weight.
Yeah, that's wild.
What's your max for
I was
15.
I was 15, 16 years old, so body was feeling great back then.
Yeah. What'd you say, Raff?
What's your bench for 8?
Oh, I'm probably for 8. I'm probably around a 185 right now. 185 to 200. I could probably, if I squeezed it out, I could probably do about 200. Which you'd throw on the 2.5 pounds and you'd throw on the 5 pounds and all that stuff. But for squat, so it's funny that AG mentioned it. For squat in high school, I got over 550 multiple times, but that was because
you did that thing for how many minutes did you stay sitting against the wall?
So we had our baseball combine we would have it every morning before tryouts, and it would be like a combine. So it'd be, all the agility drills and things like that. I wasn't agile by any means. I mean, I was a catcher. My hips were tighter than ever. I mean, I just wasn't able to move. But I was able to, we did, one of the things that we did was a 1-leg wall sit, each leg. And I was late for class because I got over 23 minutes on each leg.
That's crazy.
That's impressive right there.
On a 1-leg wall sit. I was in much different shape than I am now, though. I probably couldn't get 3 minutes here. So before my quad just gives out. So anyway,
I maybe gave you 15 seconds.
Hey, well, and the worst part is they had people watching. If you broke that 90 degrees with your one leg, you just crossed your other leg on top of your knee.
Oh, 100%.
And if you broke that 90 degrees, you were done. It didn't matter if you fell down or if you just broke 90. They stopped that timer. So anyway. All right, Raffi, what you got today for a little RGT action?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to Woven Charm. They made their announcement.
Oh, they did.
Their Battle of the Bartenders event raised $31,188.
Beautiful.
So
Awesome.
Stephanie at Woven Charm, congratulations for everything that you and your staff have done. I mean, I saw that number. I was just like, that's incredible. So
that's special.
$31,188. You guys are Raff's Good Take.
Wow, that's awesome. AG, any final words? We got about a minute left in the show, my friend.
Yeah, something real quick here from good old football coach here. It says, it's not the win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. Paul Bear Bryant right there.
There you have it.
Roll Tide.
The will to win, something Nebraska probably needs, certainly on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
AD is back tomorrow, back from Brainerd, Nebraska tomorrow.
And I'm gone.
AG's gone. So it's going to be myself, AD, and Raffi on the show tomorrow. All right, Raffi, take it away. AG, have a safe weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday, my friend. Take it away, Raff.
All right, everyone. Have a great Thursday. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night from Concordia University as we bring you Class B playoff action as the Seward Blue Jays host the Omaha Catholic Skyhawks. Seward survived a scare against Gretna East last Friday and now face a 10-1 Skyhawks squad who defeated Waverly 38-21 on Friday. It's semifinal Friday with a trip to the Class B title on the line as the 2-seed Seward Blue Jays face